Rankings disputes. It's Heath Cummings versus himself, I guess, right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Yes, on the full-length Monday episode, Heath and Jamie will debate their rankings. But here, I'm just going to say, this is where you're very different from Jamie, and you get to defend it. So you get the first and the last word, Heath. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just take Jamie's side. That's what you normally do anyway.
I think I will for 2 of these, but not all 3. All right, Alvin Kamara. I'm definitely on Jamie's side here. You've got Kamara, 34th overall, borderline round 3 pick in full PPR. Jamie has him 6th. That is a huge difference right now. And of course, everything's subject to change. It is February 20-ish. I don't even know what the date is. What's the date? 23rd? 4th? Whatever.
I think it's the 21st today. I think tomorrow's
the 22nd.
Today is the 22nd. Regardless, we are probably 6 months away from your fantasy football draft.
Right.
And I think you should take that into account with rankings this early. The only thing I know for sure is that Alvin Kamara was arrested in Las Vegas for allegedly punching someone, and the police saw a video of him punching someone and then arrested him. So it seems unlikely that's just going to be nothing. And I can't draft a guy in the first round when I don't know how many games he's going to play, especially when he's on what right now looks like a really bad offense. And he's coming off his worst year efficiency-wise as a runner. And I'm not sure, depending on who his quarterback is, what his targets are going to look like. If there was nothing wrong with, if there was no legal issues, I still don't think I'd have him 6th. I would have him as a late first-round pick.
Oh, all right. Well, I probably need to remove him from the rankings then if that's all it's about. But
I do think, like, if you're doing best ball drafts right now, that has to be at least part of your consideration.
All right. You know, he averaged the same amount of points per game in PPR as Joe Mixon.
That's impressive.
Yeah, 18.1 for both of them. You gotta question if he can stay healthy, if he can really sustain a full workload, because we just haven't seen that in his career.
Well,
all right, next up,
I think they gave Mark Ingram an extension when they traded for him. So I don't think he's going to get a full workload.
All right, let's talk about Brandon Cooks. You have him top 12th basically. I think 12th in non-PPR, 11th in full PPR at wide receiver, not overall, just wide receiver rankings. Jamie has him outside the top 20. You have him in the top 12, just barely. And you've kind of always been a Cooks guy here, but that's an aggressive ranking.
Right, and this is at wide receiver, not overall. I just want to make sure you say that because the last one was overall. I think you can just pretty obviously lock him in for 1,000 to 1,100 yards and 6+ touchdowns. I would expect either they're going to have a better quarterback or Davis Mills is going to slightly improve as a passer. He's the clear number 1 wide receiver, just set a career high in targets. And no, he didn't play 17 games. He played 16. And so I think you can plug him in for 140 targets. Wouldn't be surprised if the efficiency is a little bit better and he gets to 1,100 yards. This is a little bit about some of the uncertainty surrounding some of the other wide receivers. And I wouldn't be surprised, like if nothing changed for Brandon Cooks, I would expect there are 3 or 4 guys who could move ahead of him in the coming months. But I do think he's going to be a very good number 2 wide receiver because he's basically been a very good number 2 wide receiver every year but one in the last 7.
Yeah, I just think it's a little shocking, I think, to see him ranked as a top 12 wide receiver. But he was so underrated last year. He was top 20.
Not just last year, though. Like basically every year of his career.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, the year before he went to Houston had 81, 1150, and
but was he drafted? Was he underrated on draft day? I mean, people pretty much.
Yes, because everybody was saying he was injury prone. Okay. Everybody was worried he's going to have a concussion and not play football anymore.
All right. Okay, let's go to quarterback. So you have Russell Wilson in your top 10. You have him 9th. Jamie has him 14th. Specifically Trey Lance and Justin Fields are 2 guys in there. Stafford, I think, as well, that Jamie has ahead of Wilson, and you still have the veteran Russell Wilson in your top 10 ahead of Lance and Fields.
Yeah, I think, and I was pretty hard on Russell Wilson last season, but he still finished as a top 12 quarterback yet again and had just a miserable stretch where his finger was mangled and he couldn't really grip or throw the football very well. So I think we should expect a bounce back performance. He'll be a low-end top 12 quarterback. I don't feel comfortable drafting Justin Fields or Trey Lance as a starting fantasy quarterback. So that's why I feel very comfortable if I draft Russell Wilson. I'd like to get one of those guys as well for more upside. But I think in most scenarios, you're going to see Wilson as the better passer of the 3 of them at the end of the year.
Look at his numbers before the injury. He was having a brilliant season. Okay, we're going to wrap it up here. We got rankings disputes on the full-length show. We got a lot more of them, and Jamie will give his take as well. We are evaluating rookie quarterbacks and rookie running backs, talking a little dynasty this week as well, so check that out. For Heath, I am Adam. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Fantasy Football Today.